applications. Last year marked the launch of Research Impact, the AI-powered matching tool that provides automatic, targeted, and timely grant matching. This year, 2023, Profound Impact announces the launch of the Industry Matching, an exciting new feature for Research Impact. With the addition of industry matching to academic researchers and grant opportunity matching, Research Impact is more robust and valuable than ever. In Research Impact's dashboard, you can see researcher area of focus, funding matches, and grant deadlines. And you can also view industry projects that are not open to the public. This makes it easier than ever to find an industry partner for your grant applications, and it's a great way for companies to find the perfect research or academic partner for their projects. To test Research Impact's usefulness, we worked with several academic institutions to evaluate our product's usability and value. Seneca Polytechnic was one of the first to sign with us on this journey. I'm pleased to introduce Ben Rogers, Dean of Seneca Innovation, to the session. Ben will introduce Seneca Polytechnic to you and talk about why they engaged with Profound Impact. Ben has primary accountability for facilitating and growing a culture of innovation at Seneca. He is responsible for building and aligning the mission, vision, and strategic directions for Seneca Innovation with Seneca's overall strategic direction and priorities. He leads collaborative efforts with Seneca faculties and departments to execute the mission, and as Dean of Seneca Innovation is responsible for developing and nurturing relationships with innovation ecosystem, including all levels of government and their agencies, national and provincial college and polytechnic associations, other post-secondary institutions, and strategic partners. Wow! Please welcome Ben Rogers as he introduces Seneca Polytechnic and Seneca Innovation.
Thank you, Cheryl. I'd like to start by thanking Profound Impact for including Seneca in this exciting afternoon of discussion and celebration of change makers and global research impact. You can see Seneca's logo here, Seneca Polytechnic. You may ask, what is a polytechnic? So it's a post-secondary institution offering advanced technical education. And Seneca provides a wide range of learning opportunities, including degrees, diplomas, and certificates in niche, emerging, and applied fields, with the goal of providing an education that delivers career-ready and world-ready graduates for the workplaces of today and tomorrow. Next slide, please. Research at Polytechnics focuses on the same goal, career and world-ready graduates. And as a result, unlike universities, we don't have research labs focusing on fundamental research. Instead, we focus our efforts on a concept called applied research. And applied research is a research methodology that solves real-world industry-driven problems. Leveraging grant funding from federal, provincial, and internal sources, students and faculty work together with industry and community partners to solve practical solutions for the partner. So the partner organizations benefit from funding, equipment, and facilities that the college has access to or the Polytechnic has access to, and enhance existing products and technology, find and test new market applications, or demonstrate product effectiveness. So really importantly is that industry and community partners benefit from identifying talent in the students as potential employees. Students gain work experience in their area of study and gain R&D experience, and faculty benefit by applying their skills and knowledge in a new way and potentially bringing that knowledge back into the classroom. Next slide, please. So this figure is taken from the Colleges and Institutes Canada National Survey of Applied Research, and it shows that colleges and polytechnics carry out research in a broad range of sectors. Importantly, on the left-hand side, you can see that the majority of research partners are small and medium-sized enterprises, which have innovative products and services. These organizations can benefit from partnered research to advance their businesses. Next slide. A few notable facts about college and polytechnic applied research can help your understanding of why institutions like Seneca Polytechnic might benefit from research impact. Almost all grants available to us require an industry or community partner. Also, the Applied Research Office itself is responsible for business development to build a research activity pipeline, although some partnerships do come from faculty. Faculty at colleges and polytechnics are primarily there to teach, and we second them to do research. So as a result, we need to backfill their teaching positions or alternatively hire researchers on a contract to lead the projects. We uniquely provide paid research experiences for undergraduate students, And we typically assign rights to IP developed during projects to the partner, royalty-free. So our view is that we're enhancing existing technology rather than developing new innovations. And this is particularly favorable to the majority of our SME partner base. Much like everybody else, it seems like national growth in applied research capacity is not being met by growth in federal funding allocations. Next slide, please. Over the next couple of slides, I'll explain Seneca's research capacity and focus to set some context for our discussion. So first, you can see that last year, we worked on 50 applied research projects with different partners. We had 34 principal investigators and various subject matter experts, over 100 research assistants, and we brought in $4 million in external funding to cover the cost of this research and infrastructure costs related to research. Next slide, please. So last year saw the solidification of our Centers for Innovation framework, which was launched in 2022, with additional funding for 3 of our centers for innovation, and the vast majority of applied research projects fitting into at least one center. With the exception of the Life Sciences Center, which has a dedicated applied research lab, the centers operate virtually and provide Seneca with a business development tool to demonstrate our expertise to industry partners. In terms of projects that operated last year, we saw a fairly even split between our established centers, the Centers for Innovation in Life Sciences and AI, as well as our Center for Health and Social Innovation. And last year also saw the emergence of a new Center for Innovation in Microfarming, which we plan to formalize later this year. We've worked on a number of applied research projects in advanced farming technology, community farming, and circular agriculture. So our research enterprise, as you can see, is constantly evolving. We're a large institution with a broad range of expertise, from design to business strategy to nursing. So the 17% other, which you can see at the bottom, includes projects that may lead to a new Center for Innovation in the future. That concludes my slides. Thank you.
Wow. Thanks, Ben. That was a great overview of Seneca, and I really appreciate the insight into the school. I have a couple of questions for you, and I'm wondering if you can maybe comment a little bit about what intrigued you about working with Profound Impact.
Sure. So I first learned about Profound Impact after one of Seneca's governors kind of serendipitously met Sherry on a plane. And I understand that Sherry explained research impact and the work that you were doing with universities, which led to a conversation about how colleges and polytechnics could benefit from the same platform. So the last bullet I mentioned on my slide about applied research and polytechnics describes the limitation of federal funding from the federal government and other levels of government, specifically for applied research, while the interest in and capacity for applied research amongst our polytechnics in this country is growing. So as a result, to continue to be competitive, Seneca's applied research team is constantly looking for new and alternative sources of funding. And I saw an opportunity in research impact to match our expertise and our centers for innovation and their respective principal investigators with new grants from outside of the Tri-Council of Funders in Canada. So specifically, what is particularly interesting is really looking at funding from foundations, both charities and industry-backed foundations. And we do come across these opportunities on occasion, but need a solution to effectively identify these opportunities at a national scale.
I love the story of the serendipitous meeting. So we have just completed an evaluation project with you, and I'm wondering if you could just talk a little bit about what did you gain from the evaluation experience?
Sure. So when we started working with the Profound Impact team, while we did find the research impact platform could help us with the initial goal, it quickly became clear that another aspect of the platform, the industry matching, would be particularly useful to Seneca as an organization. So as I mentioned in my slides, all funded research at Seneca requires an industry partner. So as a Polytechnic Institute, we often face a complex task of matching grant opportunities to industry demand as well as internal research expertise. So the evaluation phase with Profound has involved a significant effort in developing this tri-matching concept. And Seneca's part in this effort was relatively easy. I have to say, we just explained how industry matching occurs in the Polytechnic setting and answered a lot of questions for your development team about how or why certain features might be implemented. I also mentioned on my slides that the Applied Research Office, which fits within my portfolio at Seneca, expends a lot of effort on business development. And by this, I mean digging within and outside our networks to really identify partners that might benefit from the types of research activities we can carry out. So the industry matching feature in research impact could make a significant difference for us in our ability to identify these businesses and match them to our expertise and grant funding opportunities. So I think the biggest impact we can gain from research impact is a customized, curated, kind of real-time list of partners matching our expertise, which we can streamline into our applied research pipeline.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a partner with that too. We've learned so much from you. Your overview of Seneca Polytechnic, the insights you shared today regarding innovation are valuable to academia, funders, industry partners, and community members. We appreciate your contribution to this discussion and your support of research impact, evaluating our industry connections. Thank you so much. And speaking of industry connections, please join me in welcoming Martha Breithaupt of the State of Science to the discussion. Martha is the Senior Business Executive, Board Director, and founder of SOS, the State of Science, which is on a mission to educate and praise and raise awareness for the innovative and leading edge research and industrial capacity we have here in Canada. She has helped thousands of businesses attain funding for innovation, hiring, and market expansion in Canada. In founding State of Science, Martha is bringing a voice and a video to innovative companies across Canada to showcase their R&D talents. As an advisor to Profound Impact, she's here to share Canada's industrial R&D landscape as a recognized thought leader on innovation in Canada, having spoken for organizations including the Toronto Board of Trade, Communitech, and Business News Network. Welcome, Martha.
Thank you, Cheryl. It's so great to join today and be part of Profound Impact Day. And so just a little bit of history, but at the beginning of 2023, Profound Impact designed and delivered a survey to understand the landscape of grant funding and R&D partnership opportunities that were currently available in Canada. We asked post-secondary institutions across the country to weigh in on the state of science and research, and they came back to us with a really clear response that the #1 most common challenge faced by academic research offices today is matching. And so it's matching to those timelines with researchers, offers, stakeholders, and grants. And so this is the literal challenge that Research Impact solves, and that I think we heard Ben kind of speak at length on, which is just amazing to hear.
Bringing in that industry stakeholder piece to the equation, when we're talking about industry, what is the typical process that Canadian business would undertake to start development of new projects or go through product research?
Oh, that's a great question. So I would say that this really tends to be organic to the company. So many Canadian businesses have planned projects of R&D with defined timelines, budgets, and outcomes, but many would also have very immediate technological issues that need solving. And so I'd say that these could be everything from shop floor production issues that need R&D to fix, or new product ideas to stay ahead of competition. And access to talent to make those projects happen is really, really hard to find.
Do you mean access to talented researchers? How would industry currently go about finding talent in a university, college, or academic setting?
So I would say industry clients have a lot of options right now, and I would say that's those options that are a little overwhelming for access. And so if a business person today in Canada has an idea but needs that technical assistance to bring that product idea to market, they may go to government. So all 3 levels of government do have different mechanisms that would assist business at different stages of development and support them in that way. They may also go to associations or advisors that would support different fields of research and ask for guidance, contacts, networks. They may ask their peers or suppliers. They might just go to the universities or colleges directly. But all of those different ways make it very, very hard for an industry client to find that right match. And as you can kind of tell, it takes a very long time. And so again, I would say that that's really the problem that the Research Impact tool solves. And it's going to make such a difference in our tech ecosystem to bring academia with industry together to really advance these products and processes.
Wow. And making that match, you also mentioned immediate R&D needs. What do you mean by that?
So speed is key. So in business, if a product is delayed to market due to R&D issues, or if you've got an idea that you just can't get off the ground technologically, then we are wasting investment dollars. So the faster we can align Canadian business with researchers in the field, the lower the cost of R&D, the higher the ROI for the owners, the investors. And so with Research Impact, again, that AI algorithm, it just cuts through all of that noise to make that match faster.
Wow. When it comes to cost, how would business size impact R&D collaboration? Is it easier for smaller startup to work with academic institutions, or is it better suited to medium or large enterprises?
So that's a good question. I would say the access in general would be the same across the board. And I really do think all business, regardless of size, should and could work with academia. So I would say academic researchers, the big benefit, they would have access to funding pools that for-profit businesses just really don't even have. And so industry could have access to great equipment, to lab resources, research facilities, larger teams, different levels of teammates. So it really would vary. And it would give them that ability to support shorter project periods. So not needing to hire people on full time, which I think actually Ben mentioned as well. So I would say, unfortunately, so far though in Canada, we've really yet to make that link between academia and industry. So again, this is why I really think this is going to impact Canada's R&D sector overall.
Wow, thanks, Martha. That's really insightful information. I think it's interesting to see the connect between what Ben was saying, needing to have industry to the table, and industry saying we need academia to the table.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's just making that match happen faster and getting this products to market. Everyone will be much better off if we can do this. Agreed.
Exactly. You know what? I think I've got like just a couple of questions, just maybe one for you, Martha, and maybe one for you, Ben. And I'm wondering, Martha, can you talk about like how easy it would be for a business to use Research Impact?
Oh, yeah. So my industry clients for onboarding, essentially it's just an intake profile, and then they actually get the matches automatically in their inbox. So it's very, very simple, very straightforward. And that AI tool just makes it happen automatically, which is just great.
And Ben, I'm wondering if you could talk a little bit about what makes a good industry collaborator for you. Like what would be like the perfect match? How could industry work best with you?
Yeah, it's a great question. And as Martha mentioned, so we can work with all types of businesses. The focus is SMEs, but that's sort of just how things have played out. But really, it doesn't matter the scale of the collaborator. It's really that, the industry collaborator has to have the ability to implement and commercialize the research outcome. So typically this means that they have to be of a sufficient size and level of funding or revenue to actually apply the knowledge gained. But more importantly, partners need to be able to clearly define what the task is that they want to achieve and what their critical issues are and what kind of solutions can be implemented. So as I described in my slides, most collaborators are SMEs, but really anyone who has the internal R&D capacity that can truly collaborate on a project will make the best partners. Due to funding limitations, for us, partners have to be in Canada, but that could be different for other institutions.
Wow. Well, thank you, Ben and Martha, for this introductions and overview. What I'm really hearing is collaboration is key, and it's great to see the effort being made to match industry and academia, helping to maximize investment dollars in Canada and globally. And you as attendees, if you want more information about Profound Impact's Research Impact product for your institution or workplace, please click on the QR code or visit the link provided to register for a personalized demonstration.